The blue light of your smartphone is the first thing you see at 4:30 in the morning. It cuts through the darkness of your bedroom like a laser. Most people wake up to an alarm clock, but you wake up to a price alert. You don't even have your eyes fully open before your thumb finds the exchange app. Your heart gives a familiar, rhythmic thud against your ribs. Overnight, a decentralized finance protocol you backed has moved 30%. In the world of traditional finance, that is a career-defining year. In your world, it is just a Tuesday. You scroll through the notifications. Bitcoin is up 4%. Ethereum is testing a new resistance level. A stray tweet from a tech billionaire has sent a meme coin into a vertical trajectory. You sit up and lean against the headboard, the silence of your penthouse suite contrasting sharply with the digital chaos in the palm of your hand. Your portfolio has increased by $200,000 while you were dreaming. You are a crypto millionaire, and the market never, ever sleeps. You walk to the floor-to-ceiling windows and look out at the city. From this height, the world looks static and slow, but you know better. You head to your office, a room dominated by a curved monitor that displays a dozen different candlestick charts. This is your morning ritual. You aren't just checking prices, you are reading the sentiment of the globe. You open Discord and Telegram, navigating through exclusive alpha groups where developers and whales whisper about upcoming network upgrades and liquidity shifts. You filter through the noise of the moon boys and the fudders to find the signal. You check the fear and greed index. It is flashing extreme greed. To a novice, that is a sign to buy. To you, it is a signal to tighten your stop losses. You understand that in this game, the moment everyone feels invincible is the moment the floor usually falls out. By 9 a.m., the caffeine from your first espresso is hitting your bloodstream. You aren't just a passive holder, you are a manager of digital risk. You spend the next 2 hours monitoring your positions across various DeFi platforms. You are checking yield farms, ensuring your collateral ratios are healthy, and moving liquidity to maximize your returns. One of the platforms you use is reporting a minor smart contract bug. In the traditional world, you would call a bank. Here, there is no one to call. You have to decide in seconds whether to pull your funds or trust the developers to patch the code. The tension is a physical weight in the room. You decide to de-risk, moving $50,000 into a stablecoin. As the transaction confirms on the blockchain, you feel a surge of adrenaline. Every click of your mouse is a high-stakes decision that could buy a house or lose a fortune. The mid-morning brings a scheduled call with your private wealth advisor. He isn't a crypto guy. He is a traditional guy who tries to convince you to put your gains into index funds and real estate. You listen to his pitch about 5% annual returns and you almost smile. You just made 5% while you were brushing your teeth. But you don't dismiss him. You know that the greatest weakness of a crypto millionaire is the belief that the party will never end. You agree to diversify a small portion of your gains into a physical asset. It is your hedge against the volatility. It is the bridge between the digital numbers on your screen and the reality of the world outside. You hang up the phone and look back at your charts. The market is starting to look heavy. The longs are being liquidated on a minor dip, creating a cascading effect. Suddenly, a breaking news alert flashes across your secondary screen. A major offshore exchange has paused withdrawals. The crypto Twitter ecosystem explodes into a frenzy of speculation. This is the black swan event everyone fears. Within minutes, the green candles on your screen turn into long, red needles. You watch as $10,000, $50,000, then $100,000 vanish from your total balance. Your pulse quickens, but you don't panic. You have been through the great crypto winter. You have seen 80% drawdowns and lived to tell the tale. You don't sell. Instead, you look for the opportunity. While the masses are panic selling at the bottom, you are looking for the blue chip assets that are being unfairly dragged down. You realize that wealth in this space isn't made during the pumps, it is forged in the dumps. By early afternoon, you leave the office for a lunch meeting at a quiet, upscale bistro. You aren't wearing a suit, you are wearing a hoodie and sneakers. You meet another investor, someone who got into the space back when Bitcoin was under $1,000. You don't talk about prices. You talk about the technology, the philosophy of decentralization, and the future of sovereign identity. To the people at the table next to you, you look like two average guys having a casual lunch. They have no idea that the two of you are moving millions of dollars across borders with a few taps on a screen. This is the hidden reality of the new elite. The wealth is invisible, portable, and entirely permissionless. You pay for lunch with a crypto-linked debit card, a seamless integration of your digital life and the physical world. The late afternoon is dedicated to research. You are looking at a new Layer 2 scaling solution. You read the white paper, analyze the tokenomics, and look at the on-chain data to see who is actually using the network. You aren't looking for a quick trade, you are looking for the next infrastructure play that will define the next decade. This is the mental grind of a crypto millionaire. It is not all Lamborghinis and parties. It is hours of technical reading and data analysis. You find a potential flaw in the project's governance model and decide to pass. Discipline is your most valuable asset. The market provides 1,000 ways to lose money every day, and your job is to say no to 999 of them. As evening approaches, the market begins to stabilize. The exchange that paused withdrawals releases a statement blaming a technical glitch, not an insolvency issue. The relief is palpable across the digital landscape. Prices begin to V-shape recover. You watch as your balance climbs back toward the morning's highs. You take a moment to reflect on the day. You have experienced more financial drama in 12 hours than most people experience in a decade. You think about the friends who called you crazy in 2017, and the family members who told you to get a real job in 2019. You realize that your crypto wealth is the risk premium you were paid for having the courage to stay when everyone else ran. You spend the evening at a networking event for a new blockchain startup. The room is filled with developers, founders, and other high-net-worth individuals. The energy is infectious. Everyone here believes they are building the future of the internet. You find yourself mentoring a young developer who has a brilliant idea for a decentralized insurance protocol. You realize that your wealth has given you something more valuable than luxury. It has given you the power to influence the direction of the industry. You aren't just an investor anymore. You are a patron of the new digital age. You leave the event feeling more energized by the ideas than the money. You return to your penthouse late at night. The city lights are twinkling below, a million stories unfolding in the dark. You walk back to your office for one final check of the charts. The Asian markets are opening, and a new wave of volume is hitting the exchanges. You see that Bitcoin has broken through the resistance level you were watching this morning. You are now wealthier than you were when you woke up. You set your alerts for the night, double-check your hardware wallet security, and finally shut down the monitors. The room goes dark, but the market continues to hum in the background, a global, 24-hour machine that never stops. As you lie in bed, you think about the fragility of it all. You know that one exploit, one regulatory crackdown, or one lost private key could change everything. But you also know the upside. You have seen how a single, well-timed decision can collapse time and change a life forever. You have achieved a level of freedom that most people cannot even imagine, but you have paid for it with your sleep and your nerves. You close your eyes, knowing that in a few hours the blue light will find you again. Tomorrow is another day of volatility, another day of risk, and another day in the life of a crypto millionaire. The game never ends, it just gets more interesting.